Can I be really honest with you? I heard a buyer's agent, I'll name him anyway, Eddie Deline, say that if your buyer's agent doesn't have a property portfolio of $50 million plus or $100 million plus, that they're basically useless and can't help you acquire assets for the right value in the right locations. Now, I think it's a really interesting take to say that your buyer's agent needs to have a 50, 70, $100 million property portfolio, because the reality is 0.01% of people, let alone buyer's agents, will acquire a property portfolio of that size. Now, my personal portfolio is around that $12.5 million mark at this point in time. But my dream goal in terms of my property portfolio when my late wife, Emily, and I first started investing was $3 to $5 million. And we were able to build a property portfolio of $5 million as a young couple by 27 years old by adding value, refinancing equity, and balancing both capital growth potential and cash flow in our asset base. So in this video, I want to talk to you about what you need to know about buyer's agents to pick the right one for you to get you where you want to go. And this is a question I get all the time. Aren't buyer's agents just for rich people? They cost too much money to use, and therefore you've got to be earning hundreds of thousands of dollars, $250K plus, to warrant using a buyer's agent, right? In my opinion, it's all about value. Can the buyer's agent bring you value in terms of that buying process? Can they help you buy the right property for the right price in the right location? The truth is the buyer's agent industry has exploded since I started in the industry 5 years ago. And we're seeing more and more buyer's agents come through, thinking that they can make a quick buck, get a sales and marketing strategy out there, win a lot of clients, and just get deals transacting. For me, it's never been about transacting. The reason I got into the buyer's agency space is because my late wife, Emily, and I were able to create financial freedom and choices through property investment and wanted to help other people do the same. So let's unpack what a buyer's agent actually does and how they can bring you value. A buyer's agent can help you do these things: find the right deal. They can help you negotiate on the right price, spot red flags, and save you time, stress, and money. So in terms of finding the right deal, you might not even know where to start. Where am I looking? Where's the best value at this point in time? What are the macro cycles happening in Australia's major cities and major regional markets? What are the micro cycles in each of those suburbs and locations and streets? If you're just getting started out buying your first, second, third, fourth property, you might not know where the best value lies in the market at this point in time. Myself, our acquisition managers, and our associates have bought hundreds of properties, and this means we're doing it day in, day out. And I always say to people when they chat with us about our buyer's agency service is that you're competing against us as buyer's agents who are doing this every single day in terms of finding and sourcing the right deals. This then leads into the negotiations. We negotiate on a daily basis with selling agents. We know their tips, their tricks, the pitfalls of dealing with selling agents, because they do have a reputation, and it's about navigating and working with them to create an outcome that wins for both the buyer and the seller to get a deal across the line. If you can't reach an agreement, you don't have a deal going ahead. And so your buyer's agent should act in your best interest on your behalf to negotiate the best deal possible for you and your family moving forward in terms of your property journey. Whether that's buying your own home or an investment, it comes down to negotiating Whether it's buying your own home or an investment, it's about negotiating for you to get the best deal. And we also help people spot red flags. Are there flood overlays, landslide? Are there pitfalls with the property? Are there heritage or character overlays to be wary of? Are there major renovations required which are unseen? Do we need to pull out on a building and pest contract because there's termites in the property? We can help you mitigate those risks and actually understand and quantify when we find risks, because there's always risks when you buy a property. And so can that be covered by insurance, or can that be covered by a spot treatment for the termites? A buyer's agent gives you that third-party view and that external perspective on where the red flags are and how you can avoid them. And then, yes, we save you time, money, and stress. If you have the time and you have the resources and you have the knowledge to execute, I've said this plenty of times on the YouTube channel, go out there and execute yourself. You do not need a buyer's agent. But if you want to leverage myself and our team's time, knowledge, and skills, we'll walk you through that journey to save you that time, to save you that stress, and help you execute on the right deal. One of the exciting things about our business is that we limit the number of clients we work with to 20 at a time. And what this means is we're focused on quality over quantity in terms of our business and our flow. We have our acquisition managers being daily contacts with our clients, I'm involved as oversight in terms of the negotiations and strategy and detail for clients in terms of getting them the right deal. And then we have boots on the ground staff, physically pounding the pavement, networking with agents, and getting access to the right opportunities, both on, off, and pre-market. So you might be wondering, why does this matter? Why is a buyer's agent, why is going through this effort going to be worth it? Many buyers overpay for properties. They get tired, they get fatigued, they get buyer's remorse, and they just get out there and buy what they can because they've been so frustrated throughout that buying process. Or they buy that emotionally. They get too over-involved with a certain deal and therefore put all their eggs in one basket. A good buyer's agent should help you keep your feet on the ground, keep you grounded in terms of the opportunities and what else is out there in the market for you to pursue at that point in time. They should also help you focus on the bigger picture. Are you buying this own home where you may want to emotionally pay because this is for your family and this is for the next decade? Or are you an investor that needs to zoom out and see that there might be another deal with granny flat potential or strata title or subdivision potential in the future, and this one deal right here is not the only deal that's ever going to be out there? They also steer you away from lemons or bad deals. The amount of investors I've seen be sold by a sales agent that this is the right deal, it's a cracking property, it has all these U-Butte features, and you can do all these things subject to council approval, and buyers don't really do the full due diligence. So a buyer's agent will give you that due diligence. They should be helping you with the full due diligence on the property. That means price guides, rental guides, comparable analysis, flood overlays, demographics, incomes, the list goes on, vacancy rates. There's so many things a buyer's agent should be giving you in terms of detailed information. A buyer's agent should be giving you all of this information and helping you avoid a bad deal. So what does a buyer's agent really bring to the picture when you're looking to buy a property? It's not just about finding a house or a townhouse or a unit. A great buyer's agent brings these things. They bring market knowledge. They should be experts in the areas they're buying. I see a lot of buyer's agents buy all over Australia. They're buying in Tassie, they're buying in Darwin, they're buying in Perth, they're buying in Adelaide, Brisbane, Melbourne, the list goes on. And I always say to potential buyers, how are those buyer's agents experts in each of those markets? Maybe they've got 100 staff. Maybe they're very well resourced. But then are you just a cog in their wheel? Market knowledge, in my opinion, should be about the team being boots on the ground and the acquisition managers, the lead buyers agents, and the directors of those businesses actually understanding the local market impacts and market knowledge in these specific locations. This is why we don't help everyday Aussies buy everywhere in Australia. We have a more costly model in terms of our staff and resources, and we only focus on that 40-kilometre ring around Brisbane and Melbourne. And what this means is we specialise in these locations. And I'm looking to expand to Sydney, the Central Coast, and Newcastle in the next 24 months with our business, so we cover Australia's 3 major capital cities. But for me, it's about that market knowledge of these locations, and this takes time. And so you need to work with an expert who is buying on the ground, in my opinion, to bring you value in these spaces. They also bring you off-market deals. We have staff members specifically dedicated to getting access to off-market opportunities. It takes something ridiculous, like 200 off-market deals for actually to secure one off-market, because it could be too high a price, it could be a lemon, it could be a dilapidated property which needs too much renovation work. We get access to off-market deals being professional buyers agents, which the everyday market is not going to get access to. Yes, you can leverage as an individual buyer agents and try and get access to these opportunities too, but you won't be able to do it in as big a volume as a buyer's agency, which is like ours, being a mid-sized buyer's agency in the industry. Next, we've got strategic planning. This is one of the biggest reasons people come to Purpose Property. The great thing about our business is we are focused on that quality over quantity. And you do get to talk with myself in the buying brief session and overarching our team throughout that buying process. We have acquisition managers in place which are going to see you through that journey day to day. Now, as our business has grown, I'm getting more high level. And so I'm involved in that strategic planning for clients. Should you be using trust structures? Now, as a chartered accountant, I can talk into these spaces. I can talk about my personal journey and where and how I'm using trusts, how I'm building granny flats, how I'm leveraging the town planner to get access to these types of deals and opportunities, how I'm doing strata title deals, how I'm looking at subdivisions in the future. And so having a buyer's agent that that can help you strategically plan where you are right now and where you want to be in the future and actually give you the team to get you there is so important. We don't just bring the buyer's agency to you, we bring my chartered accountant knowledge, our acquisition managers on the day-to-day basis, and get you where you want to go. And that's the great thing about our business being focused on that quality approach. We then work with our mortgage brokers to help you get finance. We work with our building and pest inspectors to have a look at the property, our town planner, our property managers. The list goes on. We've got all the key contacts that you might need throughout that buying process to give you an end-to-end service. And so I think it's really important that you strategically plan your approach. Now, some of these businesses will do detailed plans, like you're going to have 4% growth this year, 7% growth this year, 9% growth the year after that, and then it's going to dip to 5%. I actually think that planning can be a bit prohibitive if it's too rigid. We're going to have this happen year 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You should be adjusting your plan every 3 to 6 months, in my opinion, based on your mid to long-term approach, but based on how the market's moving, where your equity sits in terms of bank valuations, and what you can do based on your current income and circumstances. What we do with our clients is they chat with us every 3, 6, 12 months, and they get regular updates on how they're progressing in terms of their journey. And that's what it should be in terms of bringing you value as you go through that journey. It's about journeying with you, not just doing a transaction and saying good luck. Your buyer's agent should journey with you post-purchase as well. Another big thing we've spoken on already is that emotional detachment. People get caught up in the emotions, and a buyer's agent is going to give you that separate opinion. And me personally, having a portfolio at $12.5 million, I don't need another buyer's agent client to sign up. And so what this means is I can give you a independent third-party opinion about where you're at and what deal might be right for you in terms of the circumstances. So you're probably asking, how do buyer's agents get paid, and are they really worth it? Now, this is, in my opinion, how you spot a good buyer's agent, because not all buyer's agents are the same. So look for one who's had success themselves. Eddie Deline, who I spoke about at the start of this video, has been successful, and I think that's great, but I don't think your buyer's agent needs to have a $50, $70, $100 million property portfolio. I think as long as they're a few steps ahead of you and they've got a clear path to get you where you want to go, that's amazing. Everyone's starting from somewhere. And I always say, I'm happy to talk about other buyer's agents. It's an abundance mindset. It's not just our buyer's agency versus everyone else. Everyone can do well in this journey, and you can make sound financial decisions by working with the right team. So have they had success themselves? Do they have a strong agent network? Do they have access to off-market deals? And do they care about you? Are you more than just a number in their system? Do they genuinely give strategic input and care in terms of your specific purchase with your next deal? Because that's going to help you get where you want to go. I would also highly suggest that you check their reviews. We are coming up to 100 Google reviews in our business, and I think any good buyer's agent should have reviews and runs on the board in terms of the services that they provide. In terms of Purpose Property specifically as a buyer's agent, I get asked all the time, how are we different? Why are we different to other buyer's agents? I think it's these things. It's our boots on the ground approach. We've done this ourselves. Myself and the acquisition managers own multiple properties and have helped everyday Australians get where they want to go in terms of building out $2, $3, $5 million, $10 million portfolios to get you financially free and to give you more choices. We're not afraid about saying no to a deal. We're not here to push you into a deal. We ask the reasons why. We ask, why do we see value in certain opportunities? And we are a family-owned business. We're about helping everyday Aussies get where they want to go in terms of creating financial freedom. In terms of our pricing, we are super transparent. You can see it all on our website at purposeproperty.com.au. For our pricing, we charge an upfront fee of $7,500 and a success fee based on a tiered pricing system starting at around $13,000 and increasing in $3,000 increments every $300,000 in terms of price. You can head over to our website at purposeproperty.com.au and there you'll see a full list of our process and pricing. For us, we charge somewhere between $20,000 to $25,000 for the average client, and it does scale up there for multi-million-dollar purchases. And some buyer's agents charge $40,000, $50,000, and other buyer's agents charge $5,000, $10,000. When I started the buyer's agency 5 years ago, we were charging around $15,000. But as the business has grown and scaled, we've always priced ourselves where I would want to be a client. I've always used the split pricing system with a smaller upfront fee and a remainder when you get an unconditional contract on a property for the final fee, because that's the way I would want to be charged as a client. With some of these other buyer's agents where you got to pay 20, 30, 40K up front, I don't see as good a value in that service because there's no risk for the buyer's agent. They've already got your money. Now they're just going to push you into any deal that makes sense for them as the buyer's agent. So that's why we do our split pricing model. Other buyer's agents will charge similar fees to us, around that 20 to 25K, and do a 50% upfront and a 50% on the end. I've always thought that $7,500 is a reasonable amount to put up front to become a client and to say that you're serious about going into this buying journey. We also make sure that our buyers are pre-vetted in terms of their finances, so you've got borrowing capacity before you start with us. And we are specialists in that Southeast Queensland market and in the Greater Melbourne market at this point in time. So if you're interested in our services and you want to see more about us as buyers agents, head over to purposeproperty.com.au for that. I'd love to hear thoughts in the comments below. Have you used a buyer's agent in the past? Do you see value in using a buyer's agent moving forward? And give this video a click right here for more things real estate, renovating, and financial freedom. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.